And when you click live, it's going to pop up right here and it says now live stream.
Okay.
And you can see it'll continue to move up here.
Alright, so
You're live, they can see it now.
I'm live.
Yeah,
now.
and if he's not watching it right now, then he can watch it later. Show up with a video for him to watch later.
Okay, alright. So the only thing I need to do when I'm done is just click on it.
And it uploads.
Okay.
Alright, if I find any more ways to work with it, or
I need to put it back up here.
no, you don't have. Well, if they need to use those computers, I would. But when you have to type or whatever, you'll just change yours to reading, and it should already be set up for math. But that should be the only thing you have to change.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move this over so it doesn't have the computer on it. All right. That's good.
All right, boys and girls, we're ready. Everyone listen. I need you to have out your language worksheet. What is our target for language this week? What is our learning target? What are we trying to find out to learn? I can identify the subject and predicate in a sentence. Now, on Friday, we talked about finding the subject, the simple subject, the predicate, and the simple predicate in sentences. So today, if you look at the next page on your English sheet, page 7, we are going to talk about the compound subject and compound predicate. Now, I need everyone to have your sheet out. We're going to go over these together, and you have to listen very carefully because your test on Wednesday is going to be a little more involved. We just simply did sentences, identifying the kinds of sentences and punctuation marks. So now we're getting into what makes up a sentence. So we're going to do this together. Everybody have your sheet out. Excuse me. Was anyone absent on Friday and didn't get a language sheet? If you were absent on Friday, let me give you a language sheet. Excuse me. All I ask is that you raise your hand if you don't have one. You don't have to discuss it with each other. Okay? All right? Now, you'll have to do, does anyone else need a sheet? I want everybody to turn to page 6. And we did page 6 Friday, Dacario. Today we're doing page 7, and you need to listen very carefully. All right, I'm going to do this on the board so that you can see what we're talking about. All right, now remember last Friday we said that the subject names the person or thing the sentence is about. A simple subject is the main noun or pronoun in the complete subject. The predicate tells what the subject is or what the subject does. The simple predicate is the main verb or verb phrase in the complete predicate. So we did that. Now, let's look on page 7. On page 7, we're going to talk about compound subjects and predicates, which is not too difficult if we've already learned what the subject and predicate is. The subject names the person or thing the sentence is about. The predicate tells what the subject does, I've already said. Now, we're talking about a compound subject now. A compound subject is two or more subjects with the same predicate. And these subjects are usually joined by an or are. All right, let's look at number one, for example. I'm going to help you with these. We're going to discuss this so everybody can really understand this. The cat and dog get along very, excuse me, well. Now, let's look at this one. The cat and dog get along very well. What is the subject of this sentence? Who or what is the sentence talking about?
The cat
Raise your hand, please. Thank you. Zachary?
The cat and dog.
The cat and dog. I always like to put a line to separate my subject from my predicate. Now, everyone should be looking at me. If someone needs help, I'll help them later, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, look at the subject. The cat and dog. How many things are you talking about in that subject? Two. And it's connected by the conjunction what? And. So, this is a compound subject. So, I want you to underline the compound subject. When it's talking about more than two things or people and it's connected by an or. Now, what is the predicate? What do the dog and cat do? Get along very well. You still need to know what the predicate is. The predicate tells you what the subject does or is. And the subject can be compound and the predicate can be compound, as we're going to find out in a minute. A compound predicate, are you writing this? You are to underline the compound subject or the compound predicate. Right here we have a compound subject. And what does the line tell you to write? Right, whether it's a compound subject or predicate. This is a what? Compound subject. So write on the blank, compound subject. All right, that's number one. Okay. Now, let's talk about compound predicate. Just like you can have a compound subject, you can have a compound predicate. The compound predicate is two or more predicates with the same subject. The simple predicates in a compound predicate are usually joined by and, but, or. Okay? So let's do number two. Mom and Dad rented a car for the weekend. Now, the very first thing I would do, I'm going to look at my sentence and I'm going to separate the subject from the predicate. Mom and Dad rented a car for the weekend. Raise your hand if you can tell me what the subject in this sentence is. Elena? Mom and Dad. I just always like to separate it because that helps you. Now, looking at what your directions tell you to do, underline the compound subject or compound predicate. What do we have here? A compound subject or a compound predicate? Trinity?
No, Mickey was supposed to be vacation.
Ma'am?
Mickey was supposed to be vacation.
I'm sorry, vacation. That's okay. But just tell me, do we have a compound subject or a compound predicate in this sentence?
The compound
What is the predicate, Trinity? The predicate tells you what someone is doing or has done. I want to know the compound. Remember, the compound has to have two or more in it. So, Decario, what do we have, a compound subject or a compound predicate here? We have a compound subject. Who are we talking about? Mom and Dad. What did they do? Rented a car for the vacation. So let's underline the compound subject, Mom and Dad. Guys, you got to really think about this now, okay? Remember I told you 4th grade gets a little bit more in depth and you're going to have to think. Let's do number 3. We could drive or walk to school. Now, first thing, oh, and by the way, what is this? What are we going to put on the blank for number 2?
compound subject.
Some compound subject, because I have what? Mom and Dad. Don't forget to write what it is on the line. If this is a compound subject. Okay? Now, we could drive or walk to school. First of all, let's separate the subject from the predicate. I always like to do that first. What's the subject of this sentence? Raise your hand. Cameron? We. Very good. The subject is simply who or what the sentence is talking about, nothing else. Okay? So the predicate is what? Could drive or walk to school. Now, do we have a compound subject or a compound predicate in this sentence? Jocelyn? We have a compound predicate. Why? Because it says that you can do 2 things. And then it's connected with what? Or. What can we do? Drive or walk to school. So that's 2 things. If it has more than one thing, it's a compound predicate, and it's usually joined together by a, maybe I'll write that in your notes somewhere. It can be joined together by and, a predicate, a compound predicate. And, or, but. Okay, let's go to number 4. Now I'm helping you out because you're going to have to do these a little later. Leo, in your book, please. Where's your book? My little sisters whine, fuss, and cry at bedtime. Class, first of all, let's find our subject and predicates. What is the subject? It's who you're talking about. That's all. Raise your hand and tell me, William. My little sisters is the subject. Now, do we have a compound subject or a compound predicate here in this sentence? Raise your hand and tell me. Cameron, do we have a compound subject or a compound predicate? Compound predicate, because they do more than one thing. Underline the compound predicate. What do the little sisters do? Whine, fuss, and cry. So on the line, write compound predicate. Now when I come around and look at yours, I'm going to see how well you have listened. How many have we done together?
4.
4. Now, I want you to do the others together. I'm coming around to see. First of all, separate your subject from your predicate. Then decide which one has 2 or more nouns or pronouns, or 2 or more verbs in it. You finished, Mary Margaret? No, please finish. Thank you. You didn't even do the ones I have on the board. You're not even, you didn't separate the subject and the predicates. You did not underline them. You're supposed to underline it. The compound subject or the compound predicate. And then write it on the line. Boys and girls, we're going through this so you can really understand it. Okay, I have some people who are thinking and doing a good job on this. No, let's find your subject. The sick child, that's just who you're talking about. Okay? The subject is only who, not one word about what they did. I notice sometimes when I'm helping you out and you're writing these on the board, some people are not keeping up. Okay. Now, while you're doing that, we're just going to look at a quick little compound subjects and predicates. All right. Does anybody have any questions about how to find the compound subject and the compound predicate?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody have a question before we start and look at the video? Sorry.
Compound subjects, compound predicates. Compound subjects. A sentence may have a compound subject, which is a simple subject made up of more than one noun or pronoun. I know, it doesn't sound so simple anymore.
It's not so simple, but if you think about what she's telling you.
Remember, elements? That was just a big word that meant parts of something. Modify, just a big word that meant to change something.
Good job. I like the way you separate subjects from predicates.
Made up of 2 or more parts.
Come on.
So when 2 or
Finish
more
it.
simple subjects are joined by a conjunction, usually and or, and they share the same verb, they're called compound subjects. Look at the sentence below. The dogs, cats, bunnies, and goldfish were sold last week.
find the compound subjects.
Pennants, posters, and photographs are all subjects sharing the verb covered. Here's another. Her uncle and she walked slowly to the art gallery to admire the beautiful pictures exhibited there. First, let's find the verb. What's going on? Walked. Who did the walking? Who went to the art gallery? Her uncle and she. Both of them are sharing the verb walked. Now let's take a look at these. My little brother and my cousin broke their fingers. What happened? Where's the action?
Broke. Who?
Broke something.
My little brother and cousin.
There's our coordinating conjunction and cousin. There's the compound subject. His Uncle Bob and Aunt Betty ask for directions. What's going on? Where's the verb? Ask. Who did the asking? There's our coordinating conjunction and. In front we have Uncle Bob. After and, Aunt Betty. Those soldiers and officers carried guns. Who was carrying? Both the soldiers and the officers. There's our compound subject. Sentence number 4. Our babysitter and her friend arrived late. Where's the action? Arrived. Who arrived? Babysitter and the friend.
Okay, so boys
Let's
and
move on to
girls,
compound predicates.
that is just to give you an idea of compound subjects and predicates. We're going to work on this some more tomorrow. I want everyone to have page 7 completed by tomorrow. Does everyone hear that? You had plenty of time in class, but if you didn't, because I'm going to check, yes? All right, will you please clip that back in your notebooks? Today, in reading, we are moving on to week 2. Boys and girls, I want you to look at, first of all, our learning target for reading. What are we going to be learning this week? This is what you should know by the end of the week. First thing, this is the text structure that we're going to work on. I can determine the problem and solution of a non-fiction text. I can recognize and explain the meaning, of common idioms in a story or text. I can use specific ideas to describe the characters, setting, and plot of a story. Remember, we talked about text structure, and text structure simply means how the text you're reading is organized. Sometimes it may be organized in sequence, but this week we're going to look at a kind of text structure that is problem and solution. The text identifies a problem and a solution to the problem. Did everyone get a newsletter for week 2? How many people, if you were absent Friday, you didn't get one, and you need a newsletter for week 2? Raise your hand if you need a newsletter. And it needs to be clipped in your notebook, along with your language sheet, okay? You need one. Who else needs a newsletter? Do you notice the homework? language test on Wednesday, and reading and vocabulary. By the way, boys and girls, I've graded your reading test. Some of you are going to have to work on taking your time, reading carefully. You will have a test on reading and vocabulary on Thursday. Okay? And you can study your vocabulary words a little bit every night, can't you? Okay. Does everyone have that clipped in? Okay. Let's get to what we're going to start discussing today. Leo. All right. I want you to take out your small reading books. Take out the small ones, please. And we're going to look at some very important skills. We're going to read our story. I'm sorry. Can you do that without talking? Thank you. Yes?
Are we gonna go to music today?
I don't know. The music, she'll come to us. Whenever the correct time, she'll come to us. Okay. I want everyone to turn in your textbook to page 32. Yes, sir, page 32. Those are not our, we started on that Friday, remember? Okay, so let's just go back to that. Now, you see your vocabulary words on page 32, and you also see our essential question. What is our essential question, class? How your actions affect others. And we're going to talk a good deal about that because that's very important. That's a very important thing to learn anyway, whether in school or out of school. All right. Now, today we're going to look at some of the comprehension skills, and especially the comprehension skill that we're going to be working on this week. All right, so now I want you to skip over to page 41. Skip over to page 41, please. And the comprehension skill and the type of text structure that we're going to be studying this week is problem and solution. Okay? So now I want everybody to listen very carefully. Sometimes, let me tell you what the plot of a story is. Whenever you watch a movie and you watch it from the beginning and a lot of things happen, the main character or characters have some kind of problem, and then they go through a lot of little steps, and finally, sit up everyone, sit up. Finally, at the end of the movie, the problem is solved. So that's what we're going to be talking about. The plot is the series of events that take place in a story. And you should be able to identify several things that happen in the story in order to find the story's plot. First of all, you're going to need to be able to identify the story's problem. The problem is what the main characters want to change or find out. Okay? I know everybody has watched some kind of detective show. And in a detective show, either someone gets hurt or even killed sometimes. So the detectives, the detective's problem is to solve the crime. Let's say someone broke into a store. So that's the problem. Then he needs to go through steps that will help him solve the problem. And a lot of times, the characters in your story will reveal their characteristics by the steps they take to solve the problem. The way in which the problem is finally solved, sit up please, is the solution. Okay? Let's do a little modeling to help you. Turn to 41, problem and solution. First of all, before we go to problem and solution, let's read this little story, because this story helps us model problem and solution for you. Look back to the story on page 36 for me. Find the story on page 36. The story is entitled The Talent Show. Now, I'm going to read this story, and I may say popcorn and call on you just to see if you're keeping up with me, okay? We are talking about problem and solution. That's the text structure we're studying this week. All right? What kind of genre is this story? Raise your hand and tell me, please. Johnette? Realistic fiction. And in a minute, we're going to talk about what are the characteristics of realistic fiction. Okay? We'll talk about that. Listen, everybody ready? Get your hands on the page, because you never know when I'm going to yell popcorn. Here we go. The title of this story is The Talent Show. Tina, there's a school talent show in 3 weeks, I shouted to my best friend. My older brother had been teaching me juggling, and I knew he'd help me with my act for the show. Tina ran over to the bulletin board and read the poster. Mara, what's our act going to be? Tina asked me. Our act, I said, taking a tighter grip on my books.
Right, coming to you, take 2.
Okay.
At the right time now.
Okay. Boys and girls, please close your books.
I'm wearing 6 I got messed up because last year Miss Bird and Miss Gibson always changed.
Oh,
And so
okay.
now,
Everyone, just close your books.
alright, well, girls, let's stand over here on the floor. Over here.
Walk. No. We're going to walk quietly.
Walk quietly.
Walk quietly. I don't know. I got to write it. I don't have that.
Not in the chair. On the floor like you're sitting.
No, not in the chair,
Not in the
Leo.
chair.
No. Sit on
There you
the
go.
floor.
There's plenty of room, boys and girls. Plenty of room. Okay, so we're going to start out with, I'm going to call your name, and I want you to just say here, and if you go by something different, let me know. Then we'll teach everybody how we call roll in music class, okay? Alright. Jocelyn. Where are you? Okay. Mary Margaret.
Here.
Avery. Zakaria.
Here.
Okay. Zachary.
Hello.
Hello. Luke.
Here.
Alexander. Did you go by Alex? Okay. Make sure if you go by something different, tell me, okay? Emma. Madison. William.
Here.
Be careful. Lena. Lena. Okay, Carter.
Here.
Hasten. Luke.
Here.
Kelly. John Parker.
Here.
Kiana. Is it Tawan?
We call him Leo.
Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Elio?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Leo, alright. Wyatt.
Here.
Trinity.
Here.
Brielle.
Here.
Jonathan. John Ed. Sorry. Haley.
Here.
And Cameron.
Here.
Alright, now, the way we call roll in music class is I sing your name to you, and you sing my name back, okay? My name is Miss Mosley. So, Mary Margaret, will you be my assistant, okay? So I'm going to sing, hello, Mary Margaret. Good. And if you sing, you get a check. If you don't, if you say hello, Miss Mosley, you get an X, okay? So here we go. Ready? Here we go. Hello, Jocelyn. Hello, Mary Margaret. Hello, Avery. And then you'll say, he's not here. Hello, Jacario. Hello, Zachary. Hello, Luke. Hello, Alex. Hello, Emma. Hello, Madison. Hello, William. Hello, Lena. Hello, Carter. Hello, Hasten. Hello, Luke. Hello, Kelly. Hello, John Parker. Hello, Kiana. Hello, Leah. And say, hello, Miss Mosley. Miss Mosley. Say, Mosley. You're getting there. Ready? Alright, we're getting there. Hello, Wyatt. Hello, Trinity. Hello, Brielle. Boys, here's the deal. I'm going to start marking off. Hello, John Ed. Hello, Haley. Hello, Cameron. Good. Okay, now the way we work that is at the end of each 9 weeks, I will see, do you have checks the whole way? If you do, then you'll get a little prize. If you don't, then you don't get a prize. So it's your choice as to whether you sing or not. Now, I have 2 rules in music class. Number 1 is that we do not laugh at, make fun of, or be ugly to anybody else's musical talents. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody can sing. Some of us may not be as strong as others, and that's okay. Because in music class, we all want to sing. Good, bad, or ugly, I don't care. Okay? All right? But I want you to feel comfortable that nobody else is going to make fun of you. Number 2 is everybody participates. This is not a pick and choose activity or class, okay? Just like your math teacher expects you to participate in math, just like your reading teacher expects you to participate in reading, and in social studies, and in science, and in everything else, I expect every other week for 30 minutes that you participate in math, okay? I shouldn't have a problem with that. All right, so make sure, no matter what, for 30 minutes, it's not a long time, participate. Now, 4th grade also has the Christmas program this year. So, the next time I'm here, we'll go ahead and start working on it, because if you think about it, next month is September. We'll have 2 classes in September, 2 in October, hopefully 2 in November, and that's all. Okay, that's 6. Do you know how many hours that is? If music class is 30 minutes each, how many is 6 how many hours is it gonna be for 6? If 1 is 30 minutes, how many is 6 classes gonna be? 3 hours. That's it. So 3 hours to learn a whole program. So we've got to go ahead and start working on it now. But the name of the program is Elflandia. Hold on one second. It's Elflandia. This is a brand new one I got this year. And it says it's a short musical about a land of big dreams and curly toes. Everybody's going to be an elf. Okay? It says, welcome to Elflandia, the land of Santa's elves, busy making toys and getting ready for Santa's yearly trip around the world to bring presents to all the deserving humans on the planet. But wait, do human beings really exist? The reports the elves have heard are not very encouraging. Many are grumpy and stressed at the holiday time. Others are downright sour when they wake up from their nap. And some are just big and loud and hairy. Discover what the elves learn about humans when Santa shows up with a real living sample. The ensuing effort to get elfie selfies with as many humans as possible makes for a rousing closing to this musical. So it's really cute. I'm gonna let you listen to the elfie selfie song right now, and that's where we'll have some of y'all with your phones. You'll go out in the audience and you'll take selfies with some of the audience members because they're humans. You want to get pictures with humans. Yes, baby.
But it's just for Echo.
No, this is for all the 4th grade. All the 4th grade does this program this year, okay? Everybody in 4th grade gets to do it. All right, so let's listen to the recording. So it's really quick and easy to learn. At least this song is. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, humans, grab your phones. Here we come. Hold the phone, and here we come to take an elfie selfie. It's well known, you tap your thumb to take an elfie selfie. Show me your best holiday smile. Elf to self, I like your style. Together we'll be looking fine. So put that face right next to mine. I want an elfie selfie. An elfie selfie. Let's all get together now 2 by 2. I want an elfie selfie. An elfie selfie. I want to take an elfie selfie with you. Just to prove that you exist, we'll take an elfie selfie. Let no one move, or you'll be missed. We'll take an elfie selfie. Count 2, 3, be the same, that's great. Next to me, you sure look great. And with your genuine elf appeal, it might be true that you are real. I want an elfie selfie. An elfie selfie. Let's all get together now 2 by 2. I want an elfie selfie. An elfie selfie. I want to take an elfie selfie with you.
Now then Santa Claus comes out.
Ho, ho, ho! Now it's my turn to take one for all of you! Everybody say cheese!
Cheese. I want an elfie selfie.
You already got this one now.
An elfie selfie.
Let's all get together.
Let's all get together now 2 by 2.
And you repeat it.
I want an elfie selfie.
Repeat.
An elfie selfie.
I'm gonna take it out with you.
I want to take an elfie selfie with you.
Everybody again, I'm gonna say.
I want to take an elfie selfie with you. Thanks.
Alright, so that's the last number, the final number of it. And it's easy and it's cute, and hopefully it will be quick for us to kind of get to learn. All right, now we need to go over a few things for this activity that we're going to do today in class. Now, I need for somebody to tell me what kind of note is that right there. Does anybody know what kind of musical note, what the name of this musical note is? Nobody? All right, it's called a quarter note. Does anybody know how many beats a quarter note gets? One. Well, you got that right. Good job. All right. Now, who can tell me? Does anybody know what the name of when you put those two together? What are those called? Not a half note. Not two quarter notes. Okay. Are eighth notes?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. There you go. Good job. Eighth notes. All right. Eighth notes. Okay. Now, does anybody know how many beats an eighth note gets? Think. Not two. Not eight. Not four.
5.
Not 3.
6.
A half. Nobody got it. A half. Now, the other thing that we need to know to complete this next lesson is this. Well, all right, fine. Gonna wait. All right, does anybody know what these are called? Yes? All right, when you sing something, you have to sing it again. What is that called? You have to do what? Not a reverse. Repeat. Okay, it's a repeat sign. Now, if I put this, if you saw this, okay? Now, first, we're going to clap quarter notes. Okay, so very gently. 5, 6, here we quarter notes are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Now, if we want to add in 8 notes, okay? 8 notes, we do 2 8 notes in the time we do 1 quarter note. So if I do quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 8 notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and stop. Now, if you sing 8, 8 quarter, 8, 8 quarter, who can clap that rhythm for me? Who thinks they can clap that rhythm for me? All right, Mary Margaret? Shh. Listen. Good. So, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now we're going to do it a little bit differently. This time we're going to do the 1 and, okay, the 8th note on our legs. And we're going to clap on the quarter note. Okay? Ready? Let's try. 2, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 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 Okay? Now, if you look on this little sheet, okay, you're going to see all these things that we just talked about on this paper. Okay? So if you look up here at the very top, what do you have? 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and clap. 3 and clap. And 1 and clap. 3 and clap. 1 and 2. Okay, and stop. Now, so we go along. Now we get to this next line. It's different. Number 1, it's got a repeat sign. 2, it doesn't have 8 notes. Okay? It's got a quarter note. So you do 1 quarter note on your leg and 1 clap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So every time you see the ones that have the slash, okay, that's when you clap. Those are the ones that you clap. Now, I'm going to pass out one, and it's the same thing. It's just a little bit smaller for everybody to have. Okay? When you get it, I want you to look at it. Okay? And in just a second, we're going to try to play it. We'll see. Alright, now, let's see. Alright, does everybody have one? Awesome. Alright, I want everybody, all eyes on the paper. Okay? Listen up very carefully. Alright, now, you're going to listen and you're going to follow along. Okay? You're not going to do anything, but eyes on your paper to see if you can figure out where I am. Alright, then we'll try it together. Okay? So you're only listening. The first 8 counts we hold. 3, 4, 1, 2. Now watch. And 1 and 2. Don't do it, just watch. Second line. Now the third line. And what? Now we repeat that line again. Alright, now go where it says interlude. Alright, now the bottom line first. What? Alright, you're getting to get that part again. Alright, top of the page, 1 and 2. Okay? Alright, you got it? Okay, now you've got to use your eyes to follow along. I've given you all the tools. You know what a quarter note is. You know what an eighth notes are. And you know what repeat times are. So you've got to make sure that you're watching. Alright? Now, with your plain paper kind of where you can see it. Now, here's the other thing. You cannot speed. Okay? You don't want to speed up. Because if you speed up, what happens when you speed? You get what? You get stopped. So we'll have to stop and redo it if we speed up. Okay? We don't want to speed up. Okay? Alright, here we go. Ready? Hold the first 8 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2. Next line, go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Are you ready? First and 1. Ready, Emma? Alright, now repeat that whole line. 1. Okay? Not bad, not bad. Now we're gonna try to speed it up some. But here's the other part of this lesson is staying with the beat. The beat is the heart of music. So you gotta stay with the beat. So we're gonna speed it up some. Okay? Here we go. Alright, get it ready? Alright, same thing. We hold 8 counts. The 8 counts are just gonna be a little bit faster. Zachary, we're being nice, correct? Oh, whoops. I forgot I turned it down. Alright, here we go. Ready? Hold first 8 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second time. 2, now third line. And 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, they just didn't play whatever they want to play.
I'm gonna go faster.
Alright, here we go. We'll try a little bit faster. Alright? Remember, you still hold 8 at the beginning. I'm watching. Here we go. Faster than the original. Then we're going to try to slow it down some.
No.
Here we go. So listen. Listen. Can you handle it? Cannot handle it because some of our boys in the back are just so we'll take it back slower. Alright, so this is back original tempo. Okay? Original tempo, then we're going to try to slow it down some. Okay? Just because it's fast doesn't mean that it still doesn't have a beat. It has a beat. Alright? It's not just let's just hit as hard as we possibly can or as fast as we can. Alright, here we go. Back to original. Okay, now you gotta think, you gotta slow yourself back down in your head. Okay? Does that sound so slow now? When you start it slower, but just listen, okay? Here we go. Still hold 8. It's just going to take longer to get to that 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 6. 3, 4, 1, and 6. 3, and 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 4, 1, and 6. Now the verse. Here we go. You're probably not going to be able to recognize the song. Here we go, so listen.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, but it's so slow. 'Careful.